Hello everyone, this is Alex the Maniac, and today I wanted to talk about Star Citizen and a warning about Star Citizen. If you thought this is a video about how Star Citizen is going to fail or how people are fooled and this is going to be this type of talk, it's not. It's totally clear to me and to everybody else that follows Star Citizen development that this game is gonna be freaking amazing. There's no doubt about that. But what this game will actually do to gaming itself, that's a different story, and that's a warning I want to talk about. But because we all know that people are dumb sometimes, and that even some have died playing World of Warcraft or maybe some other games, because they couldn't stop playing something for days or months or weeks or whatever. So when you look at Star Citizen, this is a game that will, and I'm not sure in a couple of years if we even can call it that, because this is the nearest we'll in our lifetime that we will come to something close as the Matrix, as was the movie, because this is going to be a fully physicalized, seamless world. And what that means is all the gaming tricks that you, well, let's call them tricks, or it was just necessary because the technology wouldn't allow it differently. So you had loading screens. You come to a building, you want to go in there, you have a short loading screen, you're basically teleported to a whole new area that simulates the inside of that building. Or I recently played Mass Effect 3 and you see the limitations of the technology when they were building the game, but they've done that and overcame it wonderfully with cutscenes and different animations that would let you feel like you would still be in that world. And you travel to a planet, you have a loading screen, you see a cutscene, your spaceship coming down and unloading you on the surface of the planet, and then you explore a bit, and again you have a loading screen, you go up to your spaceship, you fly somewhere else, you get a cutscene to simulate that you flew in another area, and so on and so forth. Now this is all gonna be seamless in Star Citizen. There's not gonna be loading screens, and not only that, you will still be in the world. Whatever you do, if it's an elevator that you go into a building and go down into a huge area, if it's a market or if it's a city or whatever, you're still in the world with everybody else. That's just mind-boggling. But the problem that will entail here, and we all know we're gonna do it. Now, we all gonna do it on different levels, and we're gonna neglect our real life just wanting to play this. Now every Star Citizen that is following the game knows he's gonna do that. We know we're gonna just want to play this game whenever we can. So there's gonna be real life neglect from all of us. If you're not aware of that, you're just fooling yourself. It's just gonna be on different levels. Somebody is gonna neglect it maybe 10% more than usual when playing games. Somebody is gonna do it 50%, but there's gonna be people who are gonna do it 100%. And this is where it's going to create a problem, because imagine Star Citizen even without VR. So without a headset you would still do that, because it's gonna be freaking awesome and you want to be in that world. And when you start gathering stuff or doing stuff that kind of matters for you in the game, you're gonna start neglecting real life, because oh, I need just a half hour more, I want to finish this raid, or I want to, you know you need to help your organization to do this or that, or there's people that need my help, they're stuck there, we're gonna lose a big interest, it's gonna cost us this and this credits, you need to do this. And there's gonna be more and more neglect to your real life. Now the problem will be, and don't get me wrong, I don't wish for this to happen, this is a fair warning, so maybe we can get people aware of that so they don't do it, but I highly doubt it, because people are just dumb sometimes. So uh, I can see stuff happening, like people neglecting their childs, their babies. Imagine putting that headset on that VR headset and being in that world, you're gonna lose track of time. You're gonna lose track of your bodily functions. You're gonna neglect that you're hungry or thirsty because you want to play just a little more, just a half hour and an hour more, and that's gonna turn into 10, 12, who knows, 20 hours. But you're gonna start neglecting your real life, and the consequences are going to show. Now, the problem will come when there's gonna be tragedies happening. So, in my opinion, and I honestly hope I'm totally wrong about this, and I hope we can sit down in 2 or 3 years and just laugh about this, and that somebody is gonna point out, remember your video when you were talking about this, how ridiculous that is right now. I really hope that happens. I honestly do that. But I kind of feel that we're gonna get lost, that the governments are gonna have to step in and force CIG, for example, to put a time limit on people's playtimes, you know, to be like, okay, if somebody is playing 10 hours continuously, you gotta log him off. You gotta log him off and don't let him log in for the next 8 hours or 10 hours or the next day or whatever, you know. And I see things like that happening because people are gonna lose themselves. And this is a game, believe me, if you're still in doubt that this game is gonna be awesome or whatever, and still just, you know, going through YouTube and comments and just writing shit about people who think this game is gonna be awesome, you know, open your eyes. Just go and research once in your life. Just go and just research. There's so much information about this game so far, and there's every week you have ATVs, RTVs, you have town halls, you have 24/7 developers answering questions and everything, and there's so much information that there's just, you have to be dumb to not see what this is going to become. So the problem will be when tragedies are start to happen, and we will get restrictions because we are so dumb and we can't control ourselves. And this is really gonna be a world which gonna suck people in, and nobody of all of us would want to leave it. So it's bound to create real life problems. So this is just a fair warning from me. I hope we open this discussion a bit more before it's too late, because if you have any doubt what this game is going to become, just check YouTube after October 9th, so October 10th or something, when they upload CitizenCon and what they shown there, and I hope you'll see what I mean. But for all of you that are Star Citizen fans and that follow the game development, you already know what I'm talking about. And putting that VR headset on, it's just gonna bring it to a whole nother level. I recently watched Xentor's video 4K about Star Citizen. It was just something like Protecting Korea or something like that was called. He just played a little bit in the PU, I think it was 2.5, flew around and then went to Korea, but in 4K. Oh my god, I couldn't stop watching it, and I wasn't even playing it, but it looked so damn beautiful. And then imagine putting the VR headset on. It's just gonna bring it to a whole nother level, and it's just gonna suck us in, all of us. You should be afraid, I should be afraid about myself and neglecting real life when this game goes online. This is like a serious, I'm not kidding, like, and you all know it. I mean, for all the people that have a little bit intelligence and that are self-aware and know what this game is going to become, you know it's true. You know you're gonna do it. You might be a reasonable person and gonna do it just a little bit, you know, than anybody else, but there's bound to be people who's gonna lose themselves totally. That's gonna be their world. This is gonna be the matrix that's gonna have them play out a life you wished for, we all wished for. You're gonna be the Han fucking Solo in a spaceship and fly around wherever you want with all the other people around you, you know, in a fully fleshed out, seamless world. Fully physically correct world. That's a sentence that should resonate in your head what that actually means, and it was said a few times from Chris Roberts himself, and that he's become aware of that is something I saw in Gamer Nexus interview recently. They interviewed Chris Roberts about the game and all that, and the guy that was interviewing him said at one point when they wanted to end the interview, like, can I quote you when you said a couple of years ago, this is gonna become the best space sim ever, you know? And Chris Roberts said, well, it's gonna become the best everything ever. And that's so true. I mean, from FPS to dogfighting to... Now let me give you a few examples. You might look at it now and say, yeah, come on, it's a space sim, you know, I can go and I don't know, play World of Tanks, you know, and not to have play Star Citizen. Well, you can play World of Tanks in Star Citizen. You will have vehicles, you will have armored vehicles that you can drive around planets and shoot each other. You will have motorcycles, you will have who knows how many vehicles when this is further along a couple of years. It's gonna be shit ton. You want racing, you want dogfighting in space or in atmospheres, like dogfighting with airplanes or whatever. Atmospheric dogfight. You will have that. FPS, you will have producing stuff, food, trading, you will have commerce, you will have owning your store. I mean, these are all things that you might think now, well, you don't know if that's going to be in the game. Well, from a technical standpoint, and they already talked about it, Sean Tracy and Chris Roberts and so on and so forth, there's nothing technically stopping it, because the engine they have built allows that. It's just a time problem. Will they have the time to do it? So if they're not going to do it right now, in 2, 3 years, 4, 5, all those things are going to come together. Why? Because they are built such an awesome engine that allows all that in there. As he mentioned, we have so much landmass now that we can let people own their houses, build fortresses, or build organization factories, or, as I said, fortresses or whatever, you know, that they can then defend or attack or do whatever they want. Melee attacks will be in there, so you'll bet you already have people that are just dedicated for racing, or that will just be dedicated to refueling people or whatever. I'm just bouncing at the top of my head, but there's no limit. You will have melee weapons, so you basically can go medieval on it and just have groups of people that go and hack themselves with axes and maybe swords of some kinds or whatever, you know, but get that experience as well. So that's the thing where I said Star Citizen is going to be everything. So if you come across this video and if you manage to listen through it, the whole 14-15 minutes, the video is long, open this discussion, be aware of this, because it's gonna force other people to make restrictions on ourselves because of our inability to control our playtimes, or to control our neglect on real life, because we want to be in that immersive, awesome world that is created here. Now, I love Star Citizen. I hope you get that from this. This is not a critique. This is just a fair warning of being aware what's coming our way. That's what I'm trying to do here. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you in the next video pretty soon, and see you all next time.